Welcome to the month of February, everyone. Well, at the time of recording, this is in February. Um, it is currently 28 degrees in Michigan, and I'm freezing. At least in 2 months, I'll be in Florida, so that's exciting. I'm excited to be in Florida where it's actually warm and I don't have to freeze to death every night. But welcome to the Christian Music Bros podcast. Keep the new background I made. It was something I just decided to throw together, try see how it looks. If it works bad, let me know. I have no hard feelings. I just wanted to experiment something new, other than having just some random ocean as my background. This looks a little more real, at least, because it has the name out, everything, and then we have my name. But thank you for tuning in this episode of the Christian Music Bros podcast. I want to say this week's because I always have like multiple episodes. You all know I'm really procrastinating on posting lately. I have 12 episodes recorded. I haven't posted yet.
Damn, 12. Wow.
But I've been posting one a week, so I just stockpiled. There's one day I did 8 episodes back to back to back to back to back to back.
Amazing. That's cool.
So just stockpiling. If you're watching this may be March by the time you're seeing this, but it's great to see you guys all back. This is now like 100 episode 120 or something. I lost track of that number too. After you do so many episodes, you lose track of how many episodes you do. But that's the fun part about it. It's not about the number. It's just about the connections and all the fun stories we get to hear. And I'm glad you guys are here. Remember, if you like what you're watching or listening to, like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to introduce today's guest. Today we have Jeremy Rosado.
What's up, fam? What's up, bro? How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm doing good, bro. You said it's 28 in Michigan degrees. I am in like 85, 87 degrees in Tampa, so which is crazy in February, but it feels nice.
Exactly. At the time of recording this episode, I was in Nashville yesterday, and it was like 76 degrees, and it's like 28 today. I'm like, this is like 50 degrees difference. It's a huge difference. You don't realize it until you're actually come back
Till,
into it.
till you get home, you walk outside and you've got like freezer burn on your face. Crazy.
So I was in the airport. I was wearing shorts, and then like right before I went to fly, I went to the bathroom changing my jeans. I was like, I'm not gonna be ready when I get home.
I always wonder like what people do because like I'm the guy like I want to be lazy and not like change at all. But like when I'm traveling and I'm coming from like 90 degrees and then I know I'm flying into like 30, I'm like, should I go prepped or am I gonna sweat on the plane? Like,
That's
but
my
you know,
biggest fear too. Like I had my hoodie off at the plane, and like once we landed, I was like, it's freezing, and now my
put it
hoodie
back on.
back on.
But you know the truth is you'll find me with like shorts and then and a hoodie. super
Right.
super Floridian, bro.
Hoodies and shorts is a Michigan thing. I'm just gonna let you know. Like, if you ever come to Michigan in the wintertime, there's people that wear hoodies with shorts.
Oh, you too? Okay, I thought it was just me. Cool, cool.
No,
That
it's
was
like a
fun.
Michigan, complete Michigan thing.
Well, then I guess I need to go to Michigan, bro. It'd be a good time.
Well, anyway, thank you, Jeremy, for joining today. I know we've been working on this for I don't even know how many months now.
It's definitely been more than 6 months, bro. I'm sorry about that, but I'm excited
You're
to
good.
be here.
You're good. If you're wondering how I know Jeremy and I met, I think it was like May of 2024. So this is 2025 now, and like
Yeah.
he knows a good friend of ours, Bay Turner, or I should.
Yeah.
I always say ours now because I'm used to doing this podcast with Brad,
Yeah.
but
Well, he's our
Bay's a
friend
good
too,
friend.
because
Yeah.
he's a good friend of mine too. I love Bate Turner. He's a guy. Yeah.
So we're gonna just start nice and easy with you, Jeremy, today. Can you tell us a little bit about your music background, how you got started in music and everything?
Yeah, so man, I did it. Well, I grew up in church, right? I feel like a lot of Christian artists, a lot of us, that's our story, right? We grew up singing in church, but like I grew up singing in church, man. And I was leading at a church of like I don't know, like 100 people. It was a pretty small church, maybe a little less than that.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, man, I wanted to do American Idol for a long time, and so I had been auditioning for Idol for like 5 years, and on the fifth try, the fifth year my life changed, man. And so I did American Idol, made it to the top 12 of Idol, came off the show, um, was pursuing music. I was in Nashville a lot. And then my story get a little bit complicated. I became a dad to my niece. She was pretty young. And so I laid the music down and I got a job at a church, like a huge church. So I went from a church of like 100 or less to like 22 million people on American Idol, and then to this church of like 3,000 people. And I got on staff, and God provided, man, just like a salary and everything I needed to become a dad. You know what I mean? And so it was a very odd, hard time, man, but God made ways and he provided. And then I kind of laid the dream down of making music professionally. And I was like, I'm gonna be in the local church. I love the local church. I still do. I'm a worship leader at heart. Even if you come to my show, you're gonna feel like you're in church a little bit. You know what I mean? Outside of
Mhm.
the stuff that feels like performance. And dude, I got an email from The Voice on NBC. Right now, it's been 4 years, right? Because it was a year before the show. And so dude, I had not, it was like 8 years in between. And I was like, there's no way in the world that I'm going to be on this TV show. Little did I know God was like about to really set me up for the biggest change of my life. And so I did The Voice, made it to like the week before the finale, I think. And then right around there, and I got cut, and God just opened a bunch of doors. My coach Kelly Clarkson, she was just like, "I'm going to be a part of this with you. We're going to find you the right record deal. I know everybody in Christian music because she comes from the church and from the Christian
Mhm.
music world, and she's the best man." And exactly that happened, dude. And I got off the show, and within 3 weeks of being off the show, I was meeting with Capital CMG, which is my label now, and so yeah, it just kind of blew up for me, man. And so it's been the most beautiful, unexpected 3 years of my life, man. I never thought this would come back around again. Yeah.
It's very cool. Like when like I said, I'm just used to doing this podcast from someone else other than just me. So I apologize. I'm still under
No, you're good.
rebranding period. So I always say like we or us or yeah, you know what I mean though. But when I saw you like a few months ago in May, like when we were talking about beforehand, it was really cool to see you. And you were talking a little bit about the same story and everything. And
Yeah.
your set was really good. He was on the community worship night tour. I think that's the exact name. I can't remember the exact name. It was summer worship nights. There we go. I think it was summer.
Yeah. Summer worship night, something like that. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah.
Good
And
time.
it was like 20 artists. I would say it was like 20 artists. Jeremy was one of the 20 artists, so it was really cool to see him out about it.
Dude, we went across the country. I think I played like 40 shows on that tour, and we just were out everywhere, dude. It was wild. Yeah, and they just kept rotating artists. So there would be three of us in different cities on the same night. And then
Mhm.
we'd all do the set of churches in a different month. And it was really, really cool. And that one that you were with, that you came to with Bay and with Yvette Luna, that one was really special, man. That was a great night. I remember that night.
Yeah. And for those, I don't know if they're doing it next summer, but if they do it next summer, I recommend checking it out. I just like to promote
Yeah.
events here, so I'm promoting an event right now, so I apologize.
Love that.
Um, it's really cool. Like they had, like he said, Evef, Bay, Jeremy. There was, I think Klein was on a few nights. I
Oh,
think
I
Steven
love
Stanley was on
Klein.
a few nights.
Yeah.
Alexander Papez was on a few nights. So if they do these tours again next year, I recommend for those who are listening slash watching to check them out.
Yeah, man. It was such a good time. Show ups, people, they were awesome. And all the artists, man. I ended up, they kind of rotated us around. I think me, Kate Thompson, and Seth Schleter, two of my buddies, man, my close friends in this industry, we had such a good time on our run too, man. Those were special nights. Yeah, I don't even remember where we went to, but those were really cool too.
Yeah. And flash forward, looking more into your music. You've
Yeah,
released a few singles. You have Why God, Come and See, Nothing. Can you tell us a little bit about any of those singles?
yeah. So, dude, we've released I think 5 songs in the past. Okay, let me go back. We released Believe You Will, Still God, Come and See, Nothing. Then the Nothing song, kind of
Hmm.
in multiple versions in Spanish, and then
And
we've
then with the
got
collab.
exactly. And so we've got the version with Seth Schleter, we've got the Spanish version Nada with Blanca, and we got the worship version with my friend Israel Houghton, which is just still such a dream, dude. And so the songs came out, man. Everything's been doing so good. And then last year, just about this time actually, but in March last year, my song Nothing like blew up on social media, and I had never experienced something like that, dude. And it like it changed my world. My like I was not used to people. My song was on the radio, Come and See was doing pretty good. And but I had not been used to people like attaching themselves to a song of mine in that way ever in my life. And I was like, what is happening? And it went, I remember posting the video, and I think it had like 5,000 views, and I went to bed. I was like, oh, it did okay. And dude, I woke up the next day and it had like 1.1 million views. And then that turned into 2 million. And then across platforms, it turned into like 5, 6 million. And I was like, what in the world? And so we rushed the song out, and um it did such amazing things. I'm super hopeful. It's funny that this is kind of coming out now because we are re-releasing the worship version, an updated version with Israel Houghton right before Easter this year. So I'm excited to see what it does, and I'm excited to see. I've got a bunch of churches that have hit me up, letting me know they're leading it for worship. It's such an Easter song, talking about
Mhm.
the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, and the price the Lord paid on the cross for us, man. And it's just, yeah, man. So it's been incredible. Those songs, though, in the first like year, were definitely had like a certain sound. I think I want to say I was really trying to find who I was as an artist. I think I found it. Brendan. I think I have. And so if you look at my new music, if you look at Tears of Joy, which is out, and you look at Glory to God, and you look at my new single, Somebody Knows Me, it's a whole shift of sound. Like
Yeah,
especially
I'm gonna
Somebody
merge
Knows
into
Me.
that next.
Dude, okay, yeah. So it's been it has been it's just been such a journey, man. And I'm thankful for my label and my team for being so understanding and giving me time to like figure out exactly the kind of music I want to do. And while all of it is authentic to me, this new sound, it's my favorite, man. It feels so good.
Yeah. And l- the way the Tears of Joy and like Glory to God, they're more like poppy sound, and then Somebody Knows Me. It's more poppy, and the other ones are more like strict like worship vibes.
Yeah.
So I like how there's a blend of the variety of genres. I couldn't think of the word up for a second.
Thanks, man. No, I appreciate that, bro. I think it's, I think I felt like I had to be in a box, and now I've realized I can be all the things. A big inspiration for me is Torn Wells.
Mhm.
He is probably my favorite Christian artist right now. And he's broken so many doors open so a guy like me, could be on Christian radio and doing Christian music. And he's got that variety too. Like I've been to a Torn show, and if you go there, you feel like you're
Mhm.
going to the Grammys. You feel like you're at a pop concert. You feel like you're in a gospel church, a Pentecostal church. You feel like you're listening to K-Love or the Joy FM or one of these Christian stations all in one show, bro. And it's like that's the kind of artist I want to be, man. To have the different layers and sounds and be able to do all the things. I think it's special, man. I do.
So fun story, with a little side thing about Tara Wells, just because you brought it up now, because now I have to go
Yeah.
here. Because a lot of people don't know this about me. I talked to this about Brad and maybe a close friends of mine. Before Tara Wells got big, he just released his first album, the one with Hills and Valleys. I can't think of the name exactly of the album on the top of my head right now, but
Yeah.
his debut album. I did merch for him, like at one of his first ever shows. It was like a free concert, and I got involved, and I wanted to get involved, and I did merch for him, so it was really cool. And
That's
then like
awesome, man.
that was like 2017, 2018. Then you go for like 6 years. You go, my mom and I were like, he's exploded since we like did merch for him. I was like, yeah, I know, like he came out of like nowhere.
No, he's so talented, so successful, and a great dude. I've met him. He's a good guy. Yeah.
And I think your music, you guys are doing a reverse. You went from worshipy to more pop, and he's now going from pop to worshipy. If you think
Yeah.
that's like the last two singles, his last two singles.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Um, I just want to say you look like the DJ Khaled of Christian music, so that's what we're gonna call you for now on.
Well, you
I
mean
just see
like
all your
everywhere
reels.
I go to,
I
bro?
see
Hold
all your
on,
reels.
bro. Real quick, 1 second. I had a nice little light on here so that it gave me light. And so if the people watching see a whole different color of me, it's because it died. But it's fine because you can still see me. Dude, everywhere I go to, somebody yells at me, another one, DJ Khaled. And so at first I was like, okay, I don't love this. And then I was like, I gotta lean into this. This is hilarious. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so we've been making reels, man, and it really catches people by surprise sometimes, man. And then it introduces them to the music and to Jesus in a way. A lot
Mhm.
of people, dude. It's the most unexpected, like promotional, almost evangelistic tactic ever. You know what I mean? Like it's worked in all the ways. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought I would throw it out because I see them on your reels and everything, and everyone's like, it's not DJ Kelly, it's Jeremy Rosado. All right, DJ Jeremy. But flash forward to now, we're like in 2025, we're still early in the year. Do you have any events or any concerts coming up that you can talk about? If you can't, I completely
Yeah.
understand. I can be all hands off, but
Yeah, you guys can check out my website. I am jeremyrosado.com. It's all getting updated there. I'm going on tour with Unspoken. We're going out for the month of March into April. So that starts in a few weeks or whenever this airs, I'm not sure. But so you can check me out with Unspoken on the road. And then, dude, I've got a bunch of shows. Some of them are like private events, and then some of them are open to the public. But again, my website's the best spot to be able to see that. You'll be able to see the updated shows. But I think we've got shows into December already, bro, which is like such a blessing, man. God's been good, dude. We're booking
Mhm.
more. But yeah, right now you can see me on tour with Unspoken.
And for those who haven't checked out Jeremy, I recommend seeing him live. Check out Unspoken. Unspoken's good people. I only know one of their people personally, but they're good people as well.
They're good people.
Their their latest couple albums have been really good, so I recommend checking that out. I recommend checking out Jeremy's music. Jeremy, I just have a few extra minutes with you today. I like to give the
Yeah.
floor to speak, have the artists share anything they want to talk about that we didn't talk about, or if they have a fun story, they want to share a moment of wisdom, whatever they want to talk about. So the floor is yours.
Yeah. First off, I still have my Christmas tree up. I told Brendan I was gonna show you guys. It's back there. Um, no, dude, I think for me, man, it's been such a refreshing season for me. And so anybody watching this that has a dream that wants to do music or anything big that's like bigger than what you can actually see like in front of you, man, I would say it is totally worth pursuing the thing that is your passion. I think hard work, dedication, and believing God is like a formula for real success. And I would also say something that I've been learning and just like spending time with the Lord, man, is like even being in this now, living in my dream and making music and releasing and going on tour, like be in love with what God
Mhm.
is doing in your life right now and the level of where you're at and all that's happening. And so I guess my biggest thing for people since I have the floor is like be present and like enjoy the moments. That's been a huge struggle of mine all last year and the year before. I'm always like in a race against myself and everyone else, right? Where I'm like trying to get ahead and have more and do this. And it's like I want to soak in every single moment of everything that God is allowing me to do. And I would encourage you to do the same. Live in the present and enjoy the moments. Yeah.
I like that. I like that advice or wisdom, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of both. Live in the present.
Yeah.
It can go. You can use it as wisdom, or you can use it as advice.
Yeah, man.
But thank you, Jeremy, again for your time. It was great to have you and finally sit down with you after many months of
Dude,
planning.
I'm happy we finally did this, man. I can't wait to do it again. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And for those who are watching, make sure to tune into the page. I have a couple fun episodes coming out. I'm doing a song roundtable where I'm gonna have artists send pre-recorded segments, and then I'm gonna have a co-host and me talk back and forth about like kind of like a Little Award special, like a Grammys type thing with performances only and everything. It's something I'm working on. And then at the time of recording this, I just booked Stephen Stanley. So if you're a big Stephen Stanley fan, I check
I love
that out.
Steven.
And then
Yeah.
I also have a couple more fun episodes coming up. I can't go into details yet because those are under the wraps. But thank you again for tuning in the channel. Remember, if you like what you're hearing, like, follow, and subscribe. Also follow to Jeremy's pages, and we'll see you next time, guys, on the Christian Music Bros podcast. Take care, everyone.